questions. And questions 1 and 2 is calculator active. So you guys please, I want you to get your calculator right now. But if you don't have calculator as of this time, there are calculators right there. I charged it. Okay, so make sure you have that calculator. And then guys, if it is derivative, you do math 8, right? But if it is antiderivative, you do math 9. Okay? So, Diego Martinez, can you read the problem for me, please?
Water is pumped into a tank at a rate modeled by WT equals 2000 e to the negative t squared divided by 20 liters per hour for 0 t8, where t is measured in hours. Water is removed from the tank at a rate modeled by RT liters per hour, where R is differentiable and decreasing on interval 0 t8. Selected values of RT are shown in the table above. At a time t equals 0, there are 50,000 liters of water in the tank.
Thank you, Diego. So what do you mean by this? 50,000 liters of water in the tank. What do you mean by this one? This is
Mucho agua.
the initial, right?
Yeah, the constant is
Initial
not.
amount of water in the tank. The time equals
I'm not blocking your
0.
view. Nah, you
And we have this time interval from
shit.
0 to 8. Okay. So So we're gonna have 50 liters. So I'm gonna have 50 liters right here. I need this for our discussion. So I won't forget, okay? It has an initial already of 50 liters of water at time equals 0. So question A. Alonso, can you read question A for me, please?
Estimate R. What was it? Estimate R.
R prime.
R prime to show the work that leads to your answer. Indicate units of measurement.
Okay, by looking at the table right here, guys, the time is given as from 0 to 8, right? That's the interval. But look at the function RT right here. Is RT a decreasing function?
Yeah.
Decreasing, right? From the start, 0, 1,340 liters, and then we have after an hour, 1,190, and then 3 hours, 950, and then 6 hours, 740, and then 8 hours, 700. So it's decreasing, right? It's decreasing. So we have two functions right here. First is WT, meaning this is the water, okay? So initial amount is 50, and we have this WT function, liters per hour, inclusive from 0 to 8 hours. So where T is measured in hours and water is removed from the tank. So water is removed from the tank. So by RT liters per hour, where R is differentiable and decreasing. So R is differentiable and decreasing function. So selected values of RT are shown in the table above. At time T equals 0, so take note, there are 50,000 liters of water. Question A, estimate R prime of 2. Now, by looking at the table, do we have time 2 right here? But we can say that 2 is between the first and the third hour. So we're gonna have to put this as 2 right here. Okay? 2. So it means R prime of 2, we now have you're gonna estimate R prime of 2. So what is R prime of 2? It's gonna be R of 3 minus R of 1. So you're gonna say f of b
Minus f of a.
minus f of a over b minus a, right? But in this case, we do R, so we say R of 3 minus R
What do
of
we do? What do we do?
1 over
Split the screen.
3 minus 1. Now, is this clear, guys? Before I continue, please feel free to ask questions. Any pregunta? And next, we're gonna have to look into the table. What is R3? So we are now safe to put equal sign, but at first, if this is a free response questions, you need to do estimate sign. Okay? This is already 1 point. You need to show this one. And this is exactly 1 point in the rubric, right? So what is R3? By looking at R3, we
The
have
chili man?
950, right? So we say 950 minus, what is R1?
1190.
1190. So 1190 over 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay? So, and what's next, guys? We're gonna have,
Subtract.
take down the difference. Anybody?
Negative 240.
Negative.
Tell me the answer is negative 120.
Can you give me the right answer right away? We don't have to show the next step because this is calculator active.
Negative 120.
We don't have to waste time, okay? So, can you give me the final answer right away? What you have?
Negative 120.
120, negative. So, negative 120.
Liters per hour per hour.
And what is the unit, guys?
Liters per hour squared.
Okay, very good. So, liters per
Hour squared.
hour square. Why? Because this is liters per hour. So that makes liters per hour square. Here, guys? Okay.